Hi guys, hello. Just going to type the alert email here. You guys know to get alerted about the website. Just putting it here. Hi guys, hello. Who's here already? I'll pin that in a minute so I can actually read. Hi Cindy. Hi HM. Hi. Sorry, I'm late guys. Hi Jade. Hi Purple Rain. Hi Danielle. Hi Lila. Or Laya. Hi Indy. Hi Kirsty. Hi, Emily. Hi, Sandra. You know it. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Bibi. Hi, Soda Uma. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Liana. Hi, guys. Hello. All right, I'm going to the top. All right, guys. Now, I've just put a video. It's going to be posted in a second in the Facebook group about the Q&A forum. Now, a lot of people are expecting a lot from me, and I already give you guys so much free content. I'm like perplexed by the conversation I had today where someone expects me, because your questions aren't getting answered in the forum, to go into the forum every week, one day a week, and answer your questions. Are you guys for real? I'm doing 2 YouTube lives, although this week I didn't, 2 Facebook lives for free, going to TikTok most of the time, although the last couple of weeks I haven't. And now this person wants me to go into the Q&A forum and answer your fucking questions as well. Free of charge. What the fuck? Guys, the Q&A forum in the Facebook group is only useful when you guys help each other. Okay, so I really want you to go in there and help each other, not whinge to me that no one's helping you. Are you helping, expecting help without helping others? I ask you. Just lost my shit in the video. Anyway, you can watch it in the Facebook group. And guys, if you aren't a member of the free Facebook group, it's Subconscious Laws. Sometimes the link in YouTube doesn't work, and there'll be a brand new group launching next week, or hopefully in the next couple of days when I launch the website, Subconscious Laws Squad, but you can't see it. And there'll be mentors in there to answer your questions, okay? People who really know this stuff, who've had their own success, okay? Who I'm recommending to get answers from, all right? You can get your answers in there when I'm not live, okay? And there's also coaching in there. All right, guys, let's start. So, guys, to know about when that group's starting, when the mentoring and coaching and my course is out, put your email in the link I've just put. Okay, and I'll pin it in a second, and I'll also put it in the comments here. Cindy, hey, Loz, so much has changed since the last live. Really went hardcore on affirming. Oh, good. And revising child and OMG feels like a breeze now. My BFF and I talk a lot more now. Oh, wonderful. I'm bumped into the old friends and chatted with them. SP now watches my stories. I used to whine about this. Started college yesterday. It's been really easy to talk to people. There's really nothing to complain about. Just that it does feel a little weird getting into the new state, but I know it's because I'm not used to it. Good, darling, good. Yes, like Neville says, it feels like a new suit. And the way we would think of that is like a pair of new shoes. You've got to wear them in the new state of you. It feels a bit weird at first. What else are you saying, Cindy? Oh, looking back at my childhood, I remember I used to call my dad every day at school in the 2nd grade to make sure he was going to be home because I didn't like to be away from my parents. I also hated riding the bus and preferred to be a car rider because I wanted to be with my mum. I wasn't scared of riding the bus. I just simply wanted my parents. I don't know what to affirm against this. I've always been independent, but I don't know what other affirmations could help with this. Well, it might not, saying always been independent might not help. It might help getting what you want. Like, people always around me, people are always there for me, might be better affirmation because you're kind of denying what your need is, right? Or you can say I'm independent. It's good you know where it came from. Hey, Loz, lately I've been feeling more content and at ease with my manifestations despite 3D, finally living in my desired state. Oh, so many people in their desired station here today. I'm about to start uni soon and I'm worried my schedule would clash with my work schedule. What can I affirm to be successful at both without slacking? I also have 3C hair type, which I can affirm to get a 2A hair type. What the fuck does that mean? What do you want? That cat's meowing head off. Whenever I affirm, I just sounds far-fetched, so I quickly isn't registering in my subconscious yet. Guys, sometimes physical appearance stuff can seem a little bit harder because you can see it. Okay, so don't worry about that. It'll work. I don't know what 2A and 3C is. I have no idea. Speaking Chinese. But darling, that's great. And look, just say I'm able to handle my workload. My workload isn't too much. I handle work and uni so easily. I have so much time. Jade, hi Loz. After 8 months thinking SP has changed his phone number, even hearing disconnected auto message, I have him pinned as contact on my iPhone to be in the end, and somehow clicked onto our old message chat, and he had the SP has notification silence with the iPhone feature. He has gone on and off since I saw this. This is literally what the fuck movement, as his number was changed. Forget the how. Oh, wonderful. Forget the how, everyone. Also, I missed out on my dream rental apartment yesterday. Oh, no. I saw myself in at furniture and all, went to bed like sleeping in a new place. Can I still get this place? Yes, darling, of course. I still got into uni. The uni I wanted, even though someone else had taken my place. But look, it also could be There's actually a better apartment. I know that happened to me so many times. I was trying to buy a house and I missed out on 12 houses, and the house I ended up getting was the perfect location. And I ended up having my dad say, actually, why don't I put a little bit more money in? You can afford a better house. So I was looking in a tax bracket, like a stamp duty bracket of only so much money. And then he said, oh, I've just got this little bit of inheritance. I can add it to it and you can go up to the next stamp duty bracket, which is not as competitive. And then I got a better house anyway. So it all worked out that I didn't get those other houses. You know what I mean? Could just be that, darling. Could be bridge of incidents to a better place. Purple Rain, hang on. What are you doing, Kat? What's with you? Wait a minute. SP is my ex-husband's boss. Ex-husband's boss, yeah, okay. And he has fired him from his job, giving it all good meaning. I posted a blue heart on my WhatsApp profile, and SP posted on Snapchat a picture of him wearing blue. Feeling low as my friend called saying she wants my SP for her sister. I know it's my old story, but can't help feeling anxious. Don't worry about when people say, I want your person for someone. Don't worry about it. Oh, you want to see the people? No, don't have my coffee. Don't worry about it, darling. Just see you and him together. Don't worry about what's happening in the 3D. You're worrying about the 3D too much. Or this is happening. This person said this, and this is happening. And why are you doing that? Are you living in your mind or not? Still blows my mind. SP hasn't changed his number. Huge confidence boost. There's always movement. I tested my power and had a work meeting rescheduled. SP has unchanged his number. Haha. Can't wait to tell you SP has made contact. We're doing some concert and it seriously helps me feeling great. Feels in the end. Don't miss SP anymore as it feels done. And this is when I get always get movement. Oh, good darling. That's great. I'm just going to pin this message, guys, about the alert, okay? My first live. Oh, hi, Alban. Is it a good sign that I don't get triggered anymore when I see him with third party? Absolutely, darling. If you're not getting triggered by shit, you just get triggered by it, guys. That's the key. The non-triggeredness, the indifference, the I can handle this feeling is exactly when you know your self-concept's working. That's why it amazes me that there's still so many coaches that get triggered by me and they're teaching self-concept, they think. They're teaching manifestation, which is all it is changing you. And then they get triggered by something I've said on a live and they've blocked me. And I think if you're so triggered still that you're blocking other coaches, have you got a handle on your triggers? The thing that is the key to manifestation, which is changing you, not being the old you. If you're still the old bitch you were before and you've got this fake self-concept and you're blocking other coaches, but why are you teaching manifestation? You're teaching people to change themselves, but you haven't changed yourself and you've still got your old shitty triggers. So there are coaches who've still got old shitty triggers. Right? The amount of times people say to me, oh, such and such coach said this, I'll go to TikTok and try and find the video. And I realize the bitch has blocked me. And I'm blocked by a whole lot of coaches on TikTok. Like, it's astounding to me. And the only explanation I've got of it is either two things. Either I've said something on a video that contradicts something they've just said or something. Not that I ever make videos about what other people have said unless someone specifically asked me about something someone said. Or they're copying me and they don't want me to know. And so they're blocking me so I can't see the content they're directly copying from me, which, let's not affirm that, happens all the fucking time. Okay? People go, oh, I just heard a video. It was so similar to yours. I'm like, no shit, bitch. I can't see it. Right? So, darling, it's a wonderful sign if you're not getting triggered anymore. Now, let's not affirm that people are doing that. There's only one me. Hi, Law. I've been seriously working on my self-concept by affirming, changing the stories, working on my triggers. Sometimes I think, now what? Is there more I can do? Guys, don't think that this is like a process of, oh, I've got so much work to do. You're working on me. It's like that's when people do that thing called shadow work and healing and shit. They think, oh, I have to get to this healed place. Is there any more work I can do? If you've actually got that feeling like, is there any more work I can do? You're probably an overachiever or feel like you need to be perfect. You're a perfectionist. You had parents who pushed you, or you feel not good enough, or you feel like you need to do more, to be more, to get more. You're not enough as you are. That's probably why you're feeling like that, darling. Or you just really want to better yourself. One of the two, but just be careful that your perfectionism or needing to do more stuff, I need to learn more, be more, isn't coming from a place of like, because I'm not enough as I am. I want you to get to a place of like, That's also why you get to a place of like, when you stop watching so many coaches, because you realize, oh, I get this. When you stop watching, like there's people I know that don't ever come in my lives anymore, and I know it's because they've understood this now, and that's great. And a lot of those people are going to be mentors in my new group, my new Facebook group, answering your questions because they get this now. Okay? So just decide you've got it and there's nothing else you need to do and everything you're doing is enough, darling. Hi, Loz, I don't understand what is meant by revising. Are you just meant to affirm against whatever happened and stick to that until you believe it? No, no, no. Revising is, well, you can affirm against it. You're kind of revising anyway by saying a new affirmation. You're revising your old thought with a new thought. Okay. You're replacing the old thought. You're revising it anyway. But an actual revision scene, an imaginary scene, would be going back to the scene in your mind and imagining it differently. That's the way Neville taught it. So you go back to the scene, you imagine they didn't say what they said, you didn't say what you said, the thing that happened didn't happen. It's like you've gone back to the future and changed it. You've rubbed out the photo and the person's disappeared, like in the movie. And then you imagine that over and over. Lois, before I fully woke up yesterday, these, oh, Jesus Christ, just jumped. Hang on. Oh, fuck, where to go? God damn it. Hello, lovely subconscious laws and your lovely plants. Oh, yes. I moved that plant to there because it was hidden in the corner. It was dying. It was like not getting any light. It used to be enormous and hella, I can't remember the name of that thing. I only have plants. I don't have to hardly water. Hang on, guys. Where am I? God damn it. So before I fully woke up yesterday, these thoughts came to me. I am the new me. I'm the priority and loved. Wonderful. When I fully woke up, I was like, wow, is this living in the end? Absolutely, darling. If you can be thinking I'm the new me, nothing phases me anymore. I'm the priority. I'm thinking all the new thoughts. Fantastic. Absolutely living in the end. The new state of you. That's what living in the end is. We're trying to live in the end of the new us, the new scene, new imagining, the wish fulfilled. That's what the state is. Getting into that state and imagining you're there now. You are it now. A mini success that happened to me last week was getting someone to tell me something they usually wouldn't say. I was at the hair salon, decided my hairstylist was going to ask me about my sister. She only met her twice and hasn't seen her for months. Every time I've gone there, she never brought her up or asked about her. So I decided to make her ask me about it, and she did. When I tell you my mind was blown, yeah, how quickly things will manifest. I do that all the time with people. I don't want people to ask me things. So I'll think, when I go to this party, no one's going to ask me about X, Y, Z. And then they never do. I've become a master at that. Hi, guys. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Hi, Loz, part 1. Was wondering how I should go about manifesting moving in with my SP. Can I manifest this for autumn next year? Because this is when my SP's uni course starting. You can if you like, darling, if you're really wanting to put a timestamp on it. But what do you need that for? Part 2, how should I go about this? Imagine living together. Should I just live in the end, even though I don't know what the place will look like? Exactly. You don't know what I want it to look like, or should I script? Either scripting, imagining, affirming. I love living with him and he loves living with me. We've such a beautiful life together. We love living together, right? And then script a scene, imagining. You don't need to know what the place looks like at all. Every morning we get up, he makes the coffee and I have a shower, or we have a shower together, and right? This normal day, like when you're with an SP and it just gets very mundane and the same shit happens all the time. You just have the same pattern. I remember saying to my old SP, "You bored of like us doing the same thing all the time and having sex the same way every time?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, right." Have that mundanity, mediocrity of like the same shit. That's what it'd be like if you live together, right? Like the sameness, the familiarity. Hi Loz, you give me so much. Oh, hello, darling. Hi Loz, yeah, you missed your face. Oh, I didn't do a live yesterday, guys. I was so busy getting the website up or helping to get it up while Nahal's doing it. Hi Loz, hope you're doing well. Oh, Megan. Part 1, Loz, I've been listening to your sleep tapes and had some scary dreams. It's all right, darling. But last night I had a dream about SP and gave all good meaning. I told you that he's engaged, but that's old story. Don't worry about that, darling. Part 2, I'm living in the end. You know how many people get engaged and then don't get married? I'm living in the end today. All over my social media, there's been TikToks and photos of engagement breaking up. Exactly. Exactly, Sarah. Don't worry about it. You used to see yourself with him. You're a queen, Loz. Oh, thank you, darling. Hey, Loz, I make my new SP. We have a connection, but he's married and older. What should I say to manifest us together? Well, stop worrying about the fact that he's married and older. Why is older a problem? Well, I guess in your head, marriage is a problem, but see yourselves together. I was wondering, how does one know if they have embodied the state of the wish fulfilled? Look, guys, you'll know because you won't be thrown by the 3D so much. You'll feel in this state of like, everything's working out for me. And then if something in the 3D happens that's the opposite or bad or triggers you, you won't be as triggered or won't be triggered at all, or you'll know how to fix it. You'll know because you'll be like, oh, yeah, that shit happened. Like my reaction to things now, I'm not perfect in the fact that I never react or I never get thrown or I never get upset, but I'm more in the state of like, oh, that's happened. That's shown up, has it? What is that telling me? Oh, that's telling me I haven't fixed this in me yet. That's a reflection of the thing in me I haven't changed. Oh, okay. It's more that reaction that I have rather than, oh my God, right? My ESP is with third party. She has done for him things I haven't, like a luxurious lifestyle. Can I still manifest him even though I can't give him that life? Who cares about that life? You're seeing that as the problem, darling. Dulls 27. Look, thank you for the super chat. Guys, your mind will find any reason why you're not going to be with your person, why you're not going to get the love you need, why things aren't going to work out for you. It will find a reason. I don't know any guy who gives a shit about what lifestyle the girl can give them. They're meant to be, in their mind, giving it to the girl, not the other way around. Okay? You've decided, well, that doesn't have to be like that, but you've decided that that's the reason why he doesn't want you. That's not the reason. Your mind has just found a reason why you're not going to be chosen by him. She's better than me. Now, that tells me that you've got a whole lot of, I compare myself to other girls. I feel lacking. I feel not good enough. I feel like other girls' competition to me. Thinking, which is how a third party came along in the first place. You need to go and do my I'm a priority sleep tape and I am chosen sleep tapes and use the affirmations in those to feel prioritized, to feel enough, to feel like no one's competition to you, that the cheese stands alone and who wouldn't want you, and if you lose me, you lose. You're not thinking that way, feeling that way, and that's why you're coming up with reasons why she's going to be competition to you. She's not, and you've caused that with your old shitty thinking that you need to change. Go and use those sleep tapes and take the affirmations out of those and use them during the day. Guys, listen to the sleep tapes during the day in the background while you're working if you need to. It's better than listening to shitty music with bad love songs and getting depressed. I don't put any music on that's going to depress me ever. I have classical music on, and my assistant was here the other day and I put on some Spotify thing and had all these sad love songs. I was like, can I change this? Because I just don't want anything to affect me, and you're letting things outside of you affect you. I want you to be in the state of we're together. I want you to be in the state of I'm enough. You're not in the state of I'm enough. You're in the state of competition with others. Stop that. That's what you need to work on. Understand? I was wondering, how does hang on? You already do more than you should for us for free. Look, this is what I thought. I thought, are you, when she said, why are you going there a day a week and answer questions? I thought, are you having a laugh? Like, I saw a YouTube creator, and I won't mention names, yesterday put a post up on the community, and I don't follow this person. And their new membership group is, wait for it, $5,000 a year. And it had been up for 13 hours. One person had commented saying, I wish this was more affordable. And I almost wrote, bitch, are you for real? And she's possibly the worst manifestation coach on YouTube. And she is charging people $5,000 for a membership group. That's $555 a month. And my new group with 2 coaching sessions a week that you can join in and ask questions of other people watching, and 2 lives a week for free, and mentors answering your questions is $35 a month. And hers is $555. Are you joking? Are you fucking joking? So when I give stuff for free now, guys, and I'm kind of maybe doing more things that are paid, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I'm not charging you $555. I'm only charging you $35, and I'm trying to keep it as affordable as possible. I want that to be the one really affordable thing that everyone that follows me can do. That hopefully $35 a month isn't too much for people, and you can cancel anytime. You can just be in there for a month and then leave. $5,000 a year. You'll know who it is. No, not Shelley. Shelley wouldn't do that. Shelley's actually good. Shelley would be worth paying probably $5,000 a year for, but not this person. I'll piss myself. These people are more expensive than Tony Robbins. You could pay that much and go and see fucking Tony Robbins. You're not Tony Robbins, bitch. Sorry, I thought it was so funny. You guys know what I'm talking about? Hang on, you're right. My parents pushed me really hard growing up. Nothing I did was ever enough. I could have always done more. If I missed one chore, I would have been punished. Didn't acknowledge my achievements or good things I did for them. But one bad thing or mistake I made was always the biggest deal. Right, so that's where you're getting. Can I do more from? I do that, darling, and I know that because I know that feeling. I don't feel good enough also in myself, and I feel like there's something wrong with me. So I always feel like I need to be better, need to learn more, be more. Like I've got a friend like that in England who's possibly the best video editor of all time. And she would come and edit my videos for me. And then she would be like, I'm going to do a course at such and such. I'm going to do more training at such and such. And I'd be like, bitch, you know enough. You're fucking amazing. Stop thinking you need to do more, be more. You're not enough as you are. You're fucking amazing. But her lack of belief in herself was stopping her from achieving and making her think she needed to constantly learn, constantly do, constantly be more, be better. And she was the best editor I know. She didn't step into the state of, I'm expert. I know what I'm doing, right? You know what you're doing. Tell yourself that. Guys, all of you should be telling yourself that. I know how to do this. Even though I'm asking questions, I'm just asking because I want to know the answer. Like I used to do that on Sammy Ingram's lives. Like when I was in her group, before she kicked everyone out, I would ask a question. I would know the answer, but I just wanted to hear what her response was. Right? But I fucking know the answer. I was just asking just to see if I was on the right track. Right? And she always had great answers. Where am I? Fuck me, I've lost my place. God damn it. Where am I? Wow, I've really lost my place here. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. Hi, Loz. SP recently told me he wants to focus on himself. Later, he explained it's because of my parents' acceptance of him, which I've also been revising. After that, I wrote down all my old assumptions about SP, our situation, and wrote a new one. What else could I do? Just see them as accepting him as well, darling. If your parents don't accept him, see them as accepting him and see you guys together being accepted together. Mm-hmm. And write down the old assumptions. That's great. And change them. Hi, Loz. Can you advise what aspect of self-concept I need to work on if I'm dealing with a girl who doesn't like me and is spreading rumors? You might feel like you can't trust people. You might feel like people go behind your back. Did you have someone doing that as a child, or you couldn't trust people, or you got hurt a lot as a kid? And so therefore you feel like you can't trust other people, or you feel like you're just not good enough and people are going to reject you or treat you badly. Could be that also. Mm-hmm. So say the opposite of all of that. I can trust people now. I have the best friends. I'm everyone's favorite person. They trust me and I trust them. Mm-hmm. Hi, Loz. I'm so thankful for you. Been working hard on self-concept and seeing movement with SP and noticing others treating me differently. Oh, Liz, wonderful. That's working. Hi, Loz. Looking forward to the group. Wonderful. I'm worried I have a skin infection. No, you don't, darling. Is I love my perfect, beautiful olive skin specific enough, or do I have to center around my health and well-being? Yes, darling. Look, I was told a couple of last year that I had skin cancer just here. And the doctor gave me like a chemotherapy pamphlet. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, I was expecting her to say it's eczema or something. She goes, now that's skin cancer. And I was like, oh, bitch, are you joking? I don't have skin cancer. And I just went home and I was moving. My skin is beautiful. It's just psoriasis or something. Now it's moved all over my body in different spots. I've got these little dry spots and it's disappeared. It wasn't fucking cancer. Just decide it's not that, darling. My skin is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with my skin. My complexion is perfection. My skin is perfect. My skin is exactly how I want it to look. It's just give it another thing. I shouldn't have given it another thing. I said probably psoriasis or something, and now it's moved to like there's a patch here somewhere on me. I'm like, what is that? And one on my arm, right? So I've decided it was something else. So now it's moving around and being something else. Thing. I'm always confused about how to affirm self-concept to keep my SP. Do you say I'm chosen, I'm committed to, and then give a reason why? Like I'm chosen because I'm so irresistible. Yes, you can do that, darling. I want to keep my SP now that he's back. Okay. Just the very fact that you're so scared you can't keep him tells you something, darling. Should tell you what the reason is, why you're even thinking that. Is it you feel like you're going to get abandoned or rejected? You feel like you're going to fuck it up? What's the reason why you feel scared that they're going to leave and you won't keep them? I'm going to mess this up. People always leave me. That's the thing you need to focus on. When I talk about self-concept, guys, I'm not just talking about like, I am loved. I'm talking about, well, why do you feel not loved? There's a reason. Like when stupid bitches on here say things like, my self-concept is amazing. So there's one magic being affirmation. Bitch, how is that changing my concept of myself? That is a blanket thrown over the shitty bedroom full of clothes and someone's come over and I'm throwing a blanket over the top and I'm hiding all this crap that I'm feeling and I haven't changed and all the concepts, all the ideas of myself. I get abandoned. People leave me. I get hurt. I can't trust people. Feelings, thoughts, and emotions and everything you've had from childhood. To say my self-concept is amazing. I'm a queen. It doesn't do shit. So why do you feel like you have to say all that? And then make that an affirmation as well, done. Right? You're going to realize, well, why do I say this? Mm-hmm. I know why are you worried about not keeping them? That's one thing I'm asking you. But those affirmations are great, but investigate, right? My self-concept course, guys, when it comes out, is about investigating yourself, like really doing a deep dive into yourself and going, why do I think this shit? Where the fuck is that coming from? Okay, now I know where it came from. I'm going to fix it. Now I know what it is specific to me. I am going to fix it, because so many of you are watching so many creators who are giving you these blanket affirmations and stuff that isn't specific to your shit. And in my self-concept course, there is an assessment. And if you don't realize what your self-concept is, by the end of that fucking assessment, I've done something wrong, because it really pinpoints one of the 4 fears that you've got majorly going on in your mind that's running your life and ruining it. And when you realize which one it is, you'll know which affirmations you need to use. And then there'll be a secondary one, and you'll know which ones are those you need to use. You'll know what's specific to you and what you need to change, because you will have this eye-opening moment of like, oh my God, I think I'm going to get rejected all the time. Fuck, I need to actually work on that. Or I can't trust people all the time. I need to work on that. Right? I notice things that I focus on more take a lot more time than things I only notice once. It's because you're focusing too much on it, darling, making it too important. I recently noticed when I think of something, my brain automatically goes, you're thinking and obsessing over this thought. It's not going to happen. Yeah, okay, well, because you care about it too much. Sometimes when you obsess too much, guys, it goes away because you're obsessed. That's desperately the energy. Not me coming on wanting to ask for advice, but knowing what you're going to tell me already. Can you please just tell me I know what I'm doing? I can do this. Didn't I just say that, guys? You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing, Megan. I'm repeating a set of affirmations for a couple of days now. SP isn't really coming to mind. Doesn't trigger me. Wonderful. Today I got a lot of love from family and cousins that I really wanted to become close with. Oh, good album, darling. That's lovely. Chris, Loz, I've been working on my self-concept every day, whatever I can, but I always do. And yesterday I had a feeling and looked at the window and seen his car, but I wasn't sure if it was him, but he revved his car to let me know it was him. And later on I posted on my story and he saw it. Oh, wonderful, darling. That's great. He's doing drive-bys trying to get your attention. Give it that meaning. Doesn't matter if we use our own voice for sleep tapes. No, darling, it's probably better. And if someone else's, I tend to get annoyed when it's mine. Look, that's why I can't listen to the I am chosen sleep tape, because they're my affirmations and I find it really triggering. Listening to myself say, I am enough. I'm like, that's why probably sometimes it's better to listen to other people's sleep tapes. Just like to say, the whisper technique is the bomb. It really works. SP turned up out of the blue and is more approachable lately. My own affirmations at night has really helped too. Oh, good, Tara, good. Was I manifested the hottest SP, but he lives abroad. Doesn't matter, darling. But distance doesn't not a barrier. It's not, darling. The distance brings us even closer, and I script and live in the end. Good, darling. Look, just use the distance as a hot thing. Like, oh, he misses me all day, and we FaceTime all the time, and he thinks about me incessantly. The distance is actually making him want me more. And when we see each other, we're literally going to be engaged because he's like so desperate to see me in person. Hey, Laws, unfortunately, I have a negative update. My boyfriend said he might be better for us to be friends. Oh, no. And that if he will get over it, he needs a lot of time because he saw flirty messages between my platonic friends and me. And because he's more conservative, he couldn't look past it. Oh, that's your belief. I do believe that this is reversible, but want your advice. What can I do? I'm tired of being on and off with him. I know the love is there, but how can I fix it at the moment? My self-concept in love was perfect. And when this problem occurred, it started wavering. And then this happened. I want to manifest that he loves me deeply and actually wants to be with me and marry me. He does, darling. You're just imagining there's a reason and an obstacle why you can't have that. And most importantly, how can I make sure this never happens again and we never break up? Darling, you've got a real story about him being conservative. Where's that coming from? Guys, if you've got a story about them, they're fucked up, they've got issues, they've got OCD, or they've got trauma, they're conservative, their parents won't approve of me, whatever the fucking story is fucking up what's happening. And then you've got to realize, why am I thinking this story? Oh, I know why I'm thinking this story, because I think there's always going to be a reason why things don't work out for me. There's always going to be a reason why I don't get the love I need. This is the fucking reason. I'm just searching. My brain is searching for a reason and you found it. And it isn't the reason. You're just making it up. So see you and them together and get rid of that fucking reason about the conservatism. Sabrina, hi, Loz. I thought this self-concept was quite stable. Things have been really well with SP, but I've recently been triggered by my SP lying to me and we've not spoken in a couple of days. How am I able to fix this? Don't worry about the fact that they lied, darling. Imagine they didn't lie, or it was a mistake, or don't give it meaning that he's a liar, or you've had a conflict, or you've upset him, or he's upset you. Get rid of that story. Get rid of it. Go and revise it. Hi, Loz. I've been affirming for my driver's license and went driving with my friend today, and she said I'm doing good, and it seems like I've done this before, and this is my second day. Oh, wonderful, darling. You did that. Loz, SP and I are in contact. There's been a lack of communication between us, and he's online, but I am also. Then we go back in contact. Then, no, I don't know why this happens. How do I solve this? Because you've probably got hot and cold thinking like, oh, he wants me, he doesn't want me. What's he doing? Are you going in there and checking? How do you know he's online? You're checking to see if he is. How do you even know? Guys, if it really triggers you that someone's online and they're not talking to you, and you can see the green button on Messenger or whatever, or WhatsApp, flick it off. Seriously, I'm not joking. I've had done that before. I met a guy online dating. We got together, spent the night. He said the next day he thought I was nice, but I lived too far away. He left and affirmed, nope, we are together, part 2. He messaged me today, said, I'm sorry for what I said. I like you lots and distance doesn't matter. I was just nervous. Wonderful, darling. Excuse me, sir. Circumstances don't matter to me. Wonderful, darling. You did that masterfully. Also, SP texted me yesterday and we talked a little bit and came off a little rude. He came off a little rude, but I knew it was just the old him showing up. Don't worry about it, guys. If they turn up as the old them, I know it's really triggering and you're like, fuck is this? Like sometimes they can just turn into an asshole and you're like, who are you? But you did that, unfortunately. So now you know. Slowly catch a monkey. Yes. What can I do not flip flop when I'm working hard on my new story, but 3D shows opposite? Guys, you just got to let it show opposite and be like, Doing lots of self-concept. I feel like it sticks sometimes. I need to take him off the pedestal and get my queen energy. Yes. But guys, look, you've got to just be indifferent. You understand what indifferent means to your 3D. Look at it and go, how about that? Like that. I can change this. So what am I getting upset about? I caused it. I can uncause it. Right? Is it good to be specific when it comes to writing a new story of how we want something to happen? Absolutely, darling. The more specific, the better. None of this general shit. Loz, what is limiting belief in settling in love because who I want doesn't want me? I kept asking my subconscious about limiting beliefs in love, and I thought this randomly came up. Well, if you're settling, it means you think you can't have what you want. First of all, you think you can't believe in your power to do this, and also you feel like you never get what you want. You're never going to get the love you need, so you're just settling for second best. Why are you doing that? I don't settle. I get exactly what I want. I'm so powerful. I get everything I want. I deserve what I want. I'm worthy of what I want. Of course I get what I want. I have what I want. Hey, Lois, my SP DM me after 5 months, no contact, and we're seeing each other this weekend. All right, Freddie, really? I know he can't wait because I'm the woman of his dreams. Self-concept is key. Oh, wonderful, darling, you did that. Lois, movement is happening so fast. Went on a week vacay, rampage like crazy, SP blowing up my phone. He's been at my house since I came home. Third party threw all his stuff out. Is it normal to feel overwhelmed? Oh, Amber, that's wonderful. Overwhelmed that it's all happening. Sometimes, guys, when you're used to things going to shit, when it all starts to work, you're like, oh my God. Don't be thrown. Be like, this is the new me. I get what I want. This is not overwhelming. This is great. Bobbit, loneliness getting me down, spiraled and had several doona days, pushing through with affirmations. Feel like pushing movement further and further away with SP. You're not pushing movement further and further away. Guys, look, some of you really need to go and get a life other than thinking about your fucking SP all day. Like if you were married, would you be sitting around having duvet days crying about your SP? You wouldn't. You really wouldn't. You'd be getting on with your goddamn life and knowing they'll be home when you get home from your fantastic career and your day with your kids or whatever, or out with your friends having a fabulous champagne lunch. You wouldn't be thinking about them all day. You're not in the state of having them. You're in the state of not with them whilst lying in your bed under your doona or your duvet crying your eyes out. Have those days for a day and then realize you can't stay there. The state you most often return is your dwelling place. Are you dwelling in that state, Bobbit? Don't stay there. Is feeling neutral enough to recreate my 3D? Neutral's great. Yes, but you've got to recreate it in your mind. You can't just be like, I'm neutral. Ding. That's what Buddhists do. I'm very neutral. You've got to imagine it differently. Okay. Judy, hi. Haven't seen you in so long. You look great. Opera career is going great. Found an amazing apartment in Portland, 10 minutes away from the Opera House, and the price is beautiful. Thank you. Oh, Judy's in the Portland Opera. She's a superstar in the opera. Soprano. Oh, exciting, darling. Oh, no, you're breaking up. Oh, no, what? Oh, sometimes it happens, guys, on here. Hi, Loz, was in the dumps about to give up, but trying to persist, but SP disappearing again, still triggering me, not sure what to do. Marie, I'm so fucking sick of hearing about this dickhead. Marie, honestly, if I ever hear about this guy again, I'm going to commit hurry on myself. Just work on you, Marie, and he'll come back. I fucking promise you. You focus so much on him, I just want to come around there and slap you. And then I know what's going to happen. Now I've just gone off at you. Now you're going to get upset, and then you're going to write in here, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. And that's going to annoy me because it means that you haven't worked on you enough and you're still in the state of, I do things wrong. And that's the state you're in right now, and that's why you're upset. I want you to take your focus completely off that fuckwit. You deserve so much better than the way this guy is showing up, and I want you to realize that. And then when you do, guess what will magically fucking happen? Then he'll show up how you want. But you're just not quite getting that part yet. I want him back. I want him to be the way I want. Well, you're not the way you need to be. I'm glad you didn't give up, but I fucking want you to stop focusing on that loser. Because he sounds like a fucking knob. And yes, you can change him, but only when you change you. Have you changed you yet, Marie? You've retracted your message. And I'm not going off at you because I'm angry at you. I'm going off at you because you're so similar to me. And I keep saying that. And I want you to realize that you can do this because I have. So if I have, can't you? Okay, Marie. I really appreciate your help, Lois. I've asked before, how do I live in the 3D like I would in the 4D? I'm currently living in the house I want to own, but my 3D still waiting for to be paid like in my 4D. Help with circumstances don't matter, please. Guys, you've got to stop thinking out here is really real. Like, it doesn't matter that you don't own it, yet you will. Oh, I'm a homeowner. I own this house. And walk around if you need to. I love owning this house. God, I love this house. You love me, house. You love having me as your owner, don't you, house? Talk to the fucking house as if you own it. Do whatever you can to get yourself in the state of homeowner. Love you. Watch only laws. I'm affirming money to be paid by today and by a certain time. We'll do that, darling. What affirmations use to stop a divorce? Well, stop seeing yourself as divorced. See yourselves together. When I started, just say, I love being married to. Of course, we didn't get divorced. That divorce thing was a joke. That was ridiculous, as if that happened. When I started this journey, I used to consistently try to achieve change, my subconscious, and get my desire by doing a lot, from affirmations to visualization, journaling. But now I'm at a point where I don't feel like I need to. What does that mean? Does that mean that most of my negative self-concept has been replaced? Look, guys, I hardly affirm, and I should affirm more, but I'm more in the state of I know what I'm doing, right? Which is a state you need to get to. At first, when you're starting out, you will do a lot, and then you'll be in the state already, and then you won't need to do it so much. That's good. Hey, Lois, first day of school is tomorrow, but getting used to using it's easy to talk to people people like me, etc. I'm kind of scared in class and no friends. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. No, darling, you're not doing it wrong. Just imagine you have a great day at school. And if it's not tomorrow, it'll be the next day. Don't be thrown by the 3D. Just imagine there's other people in the exact same position in your class thinking, oh, no one's talking to me. It's first day of school. I hope people talk to me. And imagine you make friends with those people. First day of school can be hard, guys, for everyone. And don't be thrown by how people show their confidence on the outside. A lot of the time it's insecurity, and they're feeling just as nervous as you are. So just do it that way, darling. See everyone naked if you need to. Makes you feel better. You're totally right. Okay, so that one. Last Pippin is 48 and looking for a younger rich man. A lot of people think she's pushing her luck and should go older. Thoughts? Is she? Well, she fucked it up with Pippin in the first place. Fucking Larsa. And then she shat on the Kardashians and she expects to find a rich younger man. Well, okay. She's such a piece of work. Well, who knows, darling? I don't know what her story is at the moment, but I know she's no longer friends with Kim and everything. She's hilarious. I just find her very insecure. I think her insecurities are very on the surface. They're quite obvious. Mm-hmm. Hello, and she was the one like going to TMZ with the Kardashian stories and shit. And people are like, bitch, what are you doing? She's desperate for attention. Hello, beautiful people. Oh, okay. Achievements or good things I did for the good. Okay. Brianna, babe mindset is everything. Start with you because even she's gone, you'll manifest another until you deal with your thoughts. No one compares to you. Exactly. Guys, if you don't deal with you and you're focused on the third party and you're focused on the thing outside of you, I have a good video coming up about, and I have a lot more YouTube videos coming up, guys. So make sure you're subscribed and got your notification bell on because I'm doing new videos every week now, okay, about changing things outside of you, including third parties, including any entity outside of you you feel you need to change. Nothing will have changed about you. I was trying to explain this to somebody once and they got really triggered by what I was saying and they blocked me because they thought I was saying you can't manifest a difference in your outside world. You can, but only if you change you. You can't change it, the third party, the entity. You can't until you change you. They're a reflection of you. The things bothering you, you have to change you. Have you changed you? And this person was like thinking I was saying, you can't manifest what you want. And that wasn't what I was saying. I was saying you're doing it the wrong way. You're focusing on it and you haven't changed the issues in you, the self-concept issues that are causing it to bother you. Third parties are bothering you. You've got to realize why. Oh, because I feel like people compare to me. Well, how am I going to change someone being compared to me and being my competition if I feel like I always get compared to and I'm not enough? Another bitch will just turn up when I banish this one away. Oh, fuck. Loz is right. I need to change me because this will exist until I change. This person was trying to change an entity outside of them and didn't understand what I was trying to say to them. And they thought I was saying you can't change things out here. Of course you can. That's the point of what we're doing here, but we have to change us first. It's a reflection of us. I don't know who asked the question, but my SP is way older, but the age isn't a problem unless you think it is. Yes, guys, it really isn't. Guys, remember to hit the like button. Oh, thanks, Leanne. Oh, fuck, where am I? Thank you. Okay, Marie. Not too yelling. I'm always yelling at you, Marie. Poor thing. Where am I? Just thought a bit about the outrageous fees. Jasmine first came to mind. No, it's not Jasmine. Not Jasmine. No one's guessed. Well, clearly wasn't very popular. Oh, yes, someone's guessed. You guessed correctly, Malibu and Milk. Just found it so funny. And the fact that no one replied except to say, I wish it could be more affordable. I was thinking, bitch, if I'm paying you more than Tony Robbins, you're a bit deluded. Wow. Where am I? Did the group coaching start? No, not yet. Soon, guys, soon. That's how she manifested $1 million. No, it's not Shelley. I'm not talking about Shelley. I'm not talking about Shelley. No, Shelley's great. I'm talking about someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Are the courses ready? Look, guys, the course is ready, but the website isn't ready. We've got to link up the payment system and everything, and that's what I've got to do today. Okay, I've got to get off here, so I'm going to do it. You always have the most radiant, beautiful skin. Oh, do you do a lot of beauty affirmations, mirror gazing, pond soap, just born with it? I used to have not very good skin, guys. I say I have glowing skin. I look younger than I am, right? I'm 45 in 2 days, and I always say I look younger than I am, right? And then my skin's glowing, and people always mention glowing on my comments. It's just an affirmation, guys. Men have been messaging, but thank you, darling. Men have been messaging me and being super flirty. I've seen a recent post of SP and he looks miserable. Oh, unshaven and eye bag, etc. He's miserable without me. Oh, good, darling. Loz, what can I do if I feel like I'm too ugly for my SP and in general, even with affirming I'm beautiful? I keep seeing you constantly writing. Are you the one that's constantly writing to me and then constantly writing to other people in the forum and constantly writing in this state of I'm too ugly, I'm help. Is that you? Because you look familiar. Darling, you're in the constant state of I'm too ugly, help me. You're in victim mode. You're in full victim mode. I'm a victim of my own circumstances. Okay? I've had body dysmorphia for my entire fucking life until recently. I had to literally stand in front of the mirror naked every single morning as I got in the shower, staring at my body that I hated, at my scars and all the things that I hated, and tell myself I'm beautiful. It didn't happen overnight, darling. And if you're so fucked in the mind at the moment that you're writing incessant comments constantly in the state of victimhood, you're going to really have to work on this. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but you're just in the state of, help me, I'm a victim at the moment. You're not doing any work. I don't care that you're saying I'm beautiful. How often and how much are you doing it? How much are you standing there staring yourself in the face, telling yourself that you think differently now? How much are you doing it? Because at the moment, you're doing a hell of a lot of whinging in the comments and not a lot of affirming. You're doing a hell of a lot of victim mode and not a lot of the new state of you. Guys, if you're constantly in question mode, you're constantly in, I'm in here needing answers, help me, you're in the state of victim. How do people treat beggars on the street? They just walk over them, walk past them. They don't help them when you're in a state of help me. Help me! That's the state you're in, and you need to change it, and then it will start working. Start telling yourself you can do this. Start telling yourself you're beautiful. Start standing in the new state of you and stop fucking asking the question. And yes, it will take a bit of work if this is your current state of mind is I'm not beautiful. You might have to stand in front of the mirror staring at your face every fucking morning for 2 months until you might feel changes. This isn't magic, darling. Didn't magically happen for me. After years and years and years of hating my body, I didn't just stand in front of the mirror naked one morning and go, bing, from affirming, I love my body. It's beautiful just the way it is. I'm perfect just the way I am. I had to say it a lot. I had to think it a lot. I had to be in the new state of me a lot. Are you doing that? Or are you in help me mode? Hey, Lo, so one day I want SP and the next day I don't want him and hate him. How do I stop doing this? Why is my brain doing this? Well, if you've forgiven them, if you're hating them, darling, well, that doesn't sound good. Guys, if you haven't forgiven them and you're angry at them, you're not listening to me. You need to forgive them to change this. Is it normal that when I was stepping into my new state, I felt like throwing up? Why does this physically affect you? Because your brain isn't used to it, guys, and it will do anything it can to stop you from doing it. Mhm. Loz is the only one to watch. Do not waste your money. I did on 3 people, and Loz is the ones beside Manifesting Kimberly. Yes. Manifesting Kimberly, the one of all. Thanks, Danielle. Yes, please go and subscribe to Kimberly, guys, if you haven't. Trying not to spiral. What are you talking about? Oh, Christina, thank you. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Do you have a question? Why are you spiraling? No, I don't want you to be spiraling. Then send me a super chat. What are you spiraling about? Give me your question, darling. Be in the state of I don't spiral anymore. Be in the state of I can do this. Be in the state of I can control this. Be in the state of the new you, please. Guys, when my self-concept course comes out, I've actually recorded this really lovely meditation at the end. It's like a bonus meditation to steep yourself in the new state of you so you guys don't spiral, and you can listen to it. I listen to it a lot when I'm going on walks. I listen to it almost all my walks now. It really gets me in a new state of me. I'm like, yes, that's right. Goes for about 8 minutes. Struggle with low self-esteem and appearance issues for years. How can I feel beautiful when I don't believe it? We all don't believe it, guys. Fuck. Stop coming in here and saying, how can I do this if I don't believe it? None of us believe what we're saying. Stop thinking you have to believe this. You won't. And I hate it when I see to look at a point where my face masks all the time when not needed. Darling, you're going to have to stop being in victim mode for a second. Just take yourself out of there. Help me. I'm in victim mode. Help me. Someone help me. I'm wearing face mask. I this, I that. You clearly have got like facial dysmorphia. All right. First thing. Right. Oh, fuck. I've got this thing I need to get rid of. Well, I'm going to be in the new state of me. Not the person anymore has facial dysmorphia like I have body dysmorphia. I'm the new state of me, and I love my face, and I don't have to wear a mask, and I can stare myself square in the face in the mirror, and I look into my eyes, and I see my beautiful skin, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm beautiful, and I'm just going to keep saying it, and I know I'm not believing it, but eventually I fucking will. You're not going to believe it. You need to listen to me when I say, I did not believe this for years. I'm not saying I was affirming for years, but I did not believe that my body was beautiful for 40-something years of my life. It is only recently that I've started to accept myself and love my body and say, you know what, my body's great. And the other day I caught myself thinking I'd put on weight, and I looked in the mirror and I quickly changed my thinking. I was like, no, my body's great. And I thought, Loz, why are you going back to the old you thinking something's wrong with you? Because I kind of had put on weight because I'm sitting around on the computer at the moment, not eating as well as I should, right? And in my head, I was like, I've put on weight. And straight away, my brain went straight back to, oh, yeah, look, your body's not good enough anymore. Got to be on top of it, guys. This is not a new fix. Like, you're in the state of victim. You're in the state of questioning. You're writing the word struggle. You're telling me you've got low self-esteem. You're doing everything wrong to fix this. And I shouldn't say you do things wrong, but I tell you what, guys, you need to change the state of you. Are you changing a state, or are you just in victim, struggle, help me mode? Get out of that, please. And this will take work. It's not fucking magic. Apparently you think this is magic. Tell you, it didn't work like magic for me. When you've hated your face for a long time, trust me, just staring in the mirror a couple of times saying, I'm beautiful, ain't going to do shit, darling. You need to saturate your mind with the new state. Are you saturating yourself with the new state of you, or you're in struggle mode? You're on struggle street. At the moment, you're living on struggle street. Take your house and move it onto I'm beautiful street. Please. Was of a success story, kind of. I was blocked by SP and she had a third party. I was going through my DM, clicked her profile, was no longer blocked, and the third party isn't in a bio. Oh, you did that? What? We know what you're going to say. We just want to hear you say it to confirm it. Exactly. That's what I used to do in Sammy's group. She had great coaches in there, and they'd go live, and I'd be like, this, and then it'd be like, and then one of them said one time, you know the answer. And I was like, oh, I do. Why I just need reassurance, I guess. When I really hadn't stepped into the state of I know what I'm doing, right? But how do you, if you're desperate, needy energy versus calm energy, I feel like it's a thin line. But how do you know if you're desperate, needy energy or calm? Guys, you'll know the difference. Don't you know the difference? I find people's energy I pick up on so easily. If someone's got real anxious energy, I find them like exhausting to be around. I'm like, oh, get me away from this person, right? There's a big difference. You'll know. Well, could you explain how manifesting works, please? I don't know why I'm struggling to truly believe that if I affirm something all the time, then I'm going to get it without doing something in 3D. Guys, I've written an ebook and put together a whole manifestation course with a video and an ebook. It spent me, I spent a week writing this fucking ebook, and it's probably the most comprehensive thing about what manifesting actually is that you'll ever read in your whole fucking life. Okay. And my assistants are trying to convince me that it's way too much information for free. But I want you guys to really get this. All manifestation is what you think you are. What do you currently think you are, Robbie? Someone who can't do things right? Someone who doesn't understand things? Someone who's struggling? Well, that's what you'll be. What you are is what manifests. I am that I am. It's not the universe. It's not something outside of you. It's you emanating from within, all your thoughts about yourself, your dominant self concept, your ideas of yourself to everyone else. We're all telepathically linked, and therefore, everyone is sent the thoughts you think most dominantly. They go into their subconscious. So, our two subconsciouses are linked. Goes into their mind, and they start thinking the same thoughts about you that you think about you. They start turning up the same way you feel and think about them. The world starts showing up the same way you feel about the world, because everyone is simply reflecting you in your world, and they'll reflect your dominant assumptions about the world in front of you. And your world will show up the way you think it's going to be. That's why people say, I'm always unlucky, you're constantly unlucky. That's why people say, things don't work out for me, it doesn't work out for them. And that's why people in winner mindset always win, and people who are in loser mindset always lose, because they're sending out those thoughts and everyone's reflecting it back. That's all it is. When you change your concept, your idea, doesn't mean self-love, doesn't mean self-esteem, doesn't mean self-worth, doesn't mean healing, doesn't mean shadow work. It means what your idea of yourself. I'm not loved, I'm not wanted, people don't give things to me, people never stick around, things don't work out, I'm unlucky, I'm struggling. Anything you put I am in front of is your self-concept. When you change it, your fucking world completely changes, because everyone now reflects it, the new I am that you now are. What do you think you am, Robbie? I can see it in the questions. Struggling. So if you still think the old thoughts, doing something in the 3D to affect change won't make any difference, because you're still reflecting out the old thoughts. You understand? Get my ebook, guys. It'll be on my website saying Manifestation Mini Course, and then read it. It really explains how this works. All right? Hey, Loz. If you don't, why don't you endorse Dr. Joe Dispenza? How much time you got, Siobhan? Sorry, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to post about that on the page. Love you. Darling, I don't endorse anything that has to do with pineal glands or vibration or energy or woo-woo shit that has nothing to do with manifesting. I have no idea where my pineal gland is, Siobhan, or what the fuck it is. I don't care. I can still manifest masterfully without knowing where the fuck my pineal gland is or engaging it. What is that loser on about? He's a chiropractor who has somehow locked himself into the woo-woo world, and because he uses big, confusing language, people think he knows what he's talking about. I can manifest fine without vibrating at a certain frequency and without knowing where the fuck my pineal gland is. That guy is a fuckwit. Okay? That's how I feel about him. And he does it on purpose to make himself sound smart, just like Abraham Hicks. And if you're woo-woo enough and speaking enough woo-woo language, people think you're mystical and smart and wise, and therefore they need to keep listening to you and keep buying your books, because they can't possibly understand what the fuck you're talking about. And the amount of people I had calls with who went to Joe Dispenza talks and then got out of there and were confused as hell is amazing to me. So if he's that fucking great at explaining things, how come people who've gone to his retreats came out more confused than when they went in? That's how I feel about those people. Manifestation is simple. It's what I just explained. It has nothing to do with your fucking pineal gland. What you think you am has nothing to do with your fucking pineal gland or vibrating. Everything vibrates, otherwise we'd be dead. That's how atoms work. If anyone's talking about vibration to do with manifesting, they're not understanding the only thing vibrating in the process of manifestation is your thought going from your mind to the subconscious of other people via telepathy, okay? I've gotten to a point where I truly believe that SP and I will get married, and he wants to marry no one else but me, even though he hasn't said I love you yet, and I'm not focused on the cause. He's mine. Wonderful, darling. Doesn't matter what they say verbally out loud. You know the amount of guys I used to know used to tell their girls that they love them, and then secretly behind their back they'd be fucking other bitches? That I love you didn't mean shit. Just words. You just be in the state of together, darling. I achieve the messages if they find they trigger me, and it works wonders. You achieve or archive. You archive the messages. That's a great idea. Archive the messages. That's a good idea. Yes. This doesn't happen as often anymore, but sometimes when I feel my brain brings up a scene from the past, can happen, guys, and I forgot about it. It's like, but this happened to you. Yeah, it's just reminding. It's trying to keep you safe. Your subconscious is constantly trying to keep you safe because it's reminding you of the bad shit so you don't do it again. Revise it, yes. Loz, I manifested my mother being cured from bladder cancer, a new car, and yesterday my new job, SP's next. Oh, no one said really. How did you do that about your mum's cancer? No cancer. Of course she doesn't have cancer. Oh, wonderful, darling. What'd you do? Tell us. That's wonderful news. SP was showing up and telling me he loved me the other night, and he asked me to bring something to him around 12 a.m. But since he has his daughter, I could not stay over. I told him it was too late for me to go and come back. He was upset and told me not to text him anymore and blocked me. Oh, I know he's coming back, and I know that this was not even about me working on changing the story. Guys, if they're triggered bitches, maybe just have a story that, like, oh my God, he's on his period. Something's going on with him, something to do with his kid or something. Fucking nothing to do with me. I know everyone's you pushed out, but sometimes you've got to give that story when people block you, like, what's with this guy? He'll get over it. Exactly what you just said. Locked myself out of the house the other day. I was freaking out. Checked every door and window. Was rampaging. I'm not locked out. Found a single roller door was open. Always closed. Winning. Oh, really? I had to get some neighbours to break into my house once, and I just imagined them getting the keys. And they were like, we can't possibly fit through this window. I'm like, you're going to fit. You're going to fit. And I was like imagining her picking up the keys, and this little girl snuck in. She broke in my old house, and I was like, yes. Wonderful, done. What's this skipped question twice? Oh, no, Em. Been affirming on wanting more hours at work, but it's been backwards and getting less. I actually want lots of money. What can I do? Okay, so you're focusing on the how you're going to get the money, darling. So the more hours in your mind at work is how you're going to get the money. I just want you to steep yourself in the state of I don't have to worry about money anymore. Money comes to me easily. I can afford everything. All my bills are paid. All my debt is paid off. I always have money. I never have to worry. I have all the hours in the world that I want. I have all the work I want, rather than worrying about where the money's going to come from. It could come from a totally different source. You could start a business, or someone could give you inheritance, or they give you a raise at work, or suddenly they give you more hours than you know what to do with. You're worried about the how. Get into the state, and then the how will happen. You're worried about the how, the hours. Get into the state of I have it, and then the money will come. It's the money you want, isn't it? Not the hours. What if someone gave you the money tomorrow, but you didn't have to work any more hours? Would you go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for more hours. I really want the hours. No, you really want the money. You want to be in the state of everything's paid. You want to be in the state of I have everything I want, not the state of I want more hours. What if money miraculously turned up tomorrow? You're going to turn it down because you want more hours? Hi, Loz. I'm married to my SP in my head, but I come from a culture where arranged marriage is a big thing. Who cares? My family is always showing me pics of guys they want to see me with, telling me I'm 30, etc. Okay. How can I avoid all of this while living the end of being married to SP? You literally take your mind out of the place where that even matters. You start existing in your own little world where you're not in India or Pakistan or where the fuck you are, where that really matters, and you stop saying, I'm in a culture where arranged marriages are our big thing, where being 30 and not married is our big thing. So if you continue to say that, think that, ruminate on that, stay in that state, you'll be in the state of being in a place where being 30 and unmarried and you have to have an arranged marriage is the deal. Because that's what you think about where you live, and that's the state you're in. And you won't be married to your SP anytime soon because it's contradicting everything you're saying. So you're saying and imagining you with your SP and married in your mind, but then you've got this story that, oh, that won't ever happen because of the state I'm in and the place I live and what my parents want for me. They're clashing. So which one's going to win? The one you think more dominantly, the story you held the most for the longest. Which one have you held the most for the longest? I think it's a story about where you live and the culture and what your parents want. Change that, please. That's a look, Loz, gives you have to go up here. Loz, me and SP broke up. Oh, no, darling. How do we keep the relationship? It's so hard to do it. He wants me to finish my divorce papers. I'm scared to lose him. I know I shouldn't say that. Well, the scared to lose him is the problem, darling. Look, guys, sometimes you might have to actually go through the 3D shit that's not favourable right now to get to the other side. Sometimes you might have to sign the papers, okay? Have you not heard of people getting back together? Okay, I'll sign them. And you hand them back thinking, you love me. You can't be with anybody but me. Your life falls apart without me. You need me. Of course you're my husband. Thank you, Loz. You're my coach. Oh, wait a minute. Where am I? Fuck. Just jumped. Advanced happy birthday, Loz. Oh, thank you. Don't want to be 45 just yet. Thanks for all you do. We would have all been stuck being in victims if we'd not found you. Oh, wonderful. Law of assumption was new to us at some point, but you're helping us to wake up. Oh, good. Look, it was new to me at some point too, guys. Hang on, where am I? Happy early beautiful birthday, beautiful Loz. Oh, thank you, guys. Well, hopefully I'll be launching the website either on my birthday or the next day. It will be the next day for me, but my birthday for you guys in America. Oh, my God, I was going to say you're glowing earlier. Oh, thank you, darling. Hang on, where am I? God damn it. Loz, it's my birthday. I'm going to need the Loz birthday song. Oh, really? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Beth. Happy birthday to you. Hold on, in my mug, Beth. Oh, happy birthday, darling. You're Virgo like me. Loz, why do people say time doesn't matter when you say you've been manifesting for 8 years? You're apparently not doing something right, so it doesn't after an extent, I assume. Thank you. Because time is an illusion, guys. Who made it up? Who decided that time matters? Like I woke up this morning at 2:30, right? And I was wide awake, 2:30 in the morning. And I was laying there, and the dog and the cat did not want to get up. And I've been getting up recently at 5 a.m. every morning and going out in complete darkness, taking the dog to the toilet, having turned the front light on. And my neighbors consistently every morning go, "Your light's still on," like at about 10 a.m. And I'm like, "Yeah, I got up at 4, right?" This morning I lay there and I thought, why can't I get up at 2:30 and just start working? And I started thinking, oh, I won't, because then I might be tired on my birthday and I might be tired all day. But it was just like this construct that we've made that like you don't get up at 2:30 in the middle of the night and start your day. It's just not what's done. But then I thought to myself, why? Why can't I just get up at 2:30? So when it got to 6 a.m. and the dog at 5:30 and the dog and the cat still didn't want to get up, I just forcibly got them up. I just went, I'm getting up now. If you guys don't want to get up, you're all so tired. We're getting up now. You can stay here, but I'm getting up, right? The time didn't matter to me. So tomorrow, if I wake up at 2:30, I'm just going to get up and decide that time doesn't matter and I'm in my own little time zone. Doesn't matter, guys. So getting back to your question, then if time is just a construct, then why does it matter if it's taken you 8 years or 8 minutes to manifest what you want? You're either in the state now or you're not. That's the difference. If you're not in the state now, you won't be in the state in 8 years, no matter how hard you fucking try, because you're still not in the state. You've got to get in the state. Somebody could massively get in the new state in 8 minutes, and you'll take 8 fucking years because you let the 3D throw you, and you had old thoughts, and you hadn't changed your self-concept, and you were listening to stupid YouTube creators who were telling you to focus on this specific person and things outside of you, and you didn't change you, and it took you 8 years, but it took someone else who actually changed their state 8 minutes. Did it matter the time? Did they still get into the state at some point? Yes. Right? I didn't really explain that very well about the time, but you get what I'm saying. Been affirming that people love to talk to me. Was trying to bring SP in for more communication, but today at work I was stopped by so many people who wanted to chat to get to know me. It was crazy. Sometimes I can backfire, guys, and go, stop talking to me, random people. In manifesting so many big things in my 3D, wasn't going hard on these things. My awful manager was fired and also got a luxurious gift. How did I get those things so easily? It did take a while because you didn't care. The indifference. Oh, yeah, if that comes, it comes, whatever. I don't really care about this. SP, 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 SP. The stuff you don't care about happens masterfully quickly sometimes, guys, because you don't care about it and you're indifferent about it and it just comes. Oh, that'll happen. Any affirmations about 3D or should I just focus on self-concept? Also, I want to manifest SP2, but what affirmations should I do since the relationship is long distance to change it? Don't worry about long distance and don't worry about that there's an SP2 and an SP1. Can't you have both of them in your mind? I couldn't decide on someone once and I had two in my mind at the same time. I would have visualizations with both of them until I decided. Why can't you? And stop thinking it's a problem. The distance. Almost signed up for her things, but then I found you and I'm so glad I did. Oh. You talk about the $5,000 bitch? God, I hope not. My strange husband has been a disappointment to me since day one. Well, then he will be, darling. And he'll continue to be until you stop saying that stupid story. Does that mean I'm really disappointed in myself? No, it means you've got a fucking shitty story about how people treat you and how he is. He has never been there when I needed. Well, have you got abandonment issues, darling, from childhood where someone was never there for you or your parents were never there and they never gave you the love and affection and validation and time and attention you needed, so you constantly assume other people in your life, like a husband, will do that to you. And so he is, because that's your assumption about yourself. This is how things work out for me. This is how relationships are. This is what love looks like. I know I manifest him leaving me even when everyone told me he would never leave. Do I hate myself? No, it's not you hating yourself. You've got a really shitty story about how love looks. What was your childhood like? Were your parents not around? Did you get physically abandoned by someone? Did they not give you the love and attention and validation, etc., the stuff I just described? That's why he's doing that. Or do you just simply not feel good enough, so you constantly assume rejection and so he rejected you? It's one of those three. Happy birthday, Lois. Oh, thank you, darling. I realized how easy manifesting is. I'm convinced my SP2 is completely in love with me, and he is. He says it every day. He's all over me. Every assumption that I have about him is reflected back by him. Oh, baby. It's the guy, and it's the ones that you don't care about. You're like, oh, yeah, you love me. And then they're like, and you're like, oh, fuck it. Hard to manifest someone you hate when you aren't sure you hate him or just being too neglected and rejected and abandoned and trying to deal with that. Oh, fuck me, darling. You've really got to work on shit here. It's the same person I just answered. Well, Darling, why do you want someone back that you hate? You've really got to forgive them. If you understand this, guys, this is what my self-concept course is about. There's a whole section on forgiveness. If you can't understand that you caused the way they showed up, then you're not going to be able to forgive them because you're blaming them for your fucking problems. It's not his fault that he turned up the way he did, neglecting you. Were you neglected as a child, darling? I just fucking asked you and you haven't answered my question. When you aren't sure you hate him or just being too neglected, rejected, and abandoned, you are rejecting and abandoning yourself with your own thoughts about yourself. What are your thoughts about yourself? Try to figure out what to do about my triggers over the physical neglect, no food, no clothes, or what. Maybe I just need a therapist, but you've done more for me than anything else. So are you talking about that's what happened to you as a kid? You had no clothes or, well, fuck, what do you expect's going to happen in love now with a person? Is this what you're telling me? Is this how your childhood was? Well, fuck, no wonder he's turning up like this and neglecting you in love. If you got neglected as a kid, is that what you're talking about? Darling, if that's what happened to you as a child, can you now see why he's turned up that way? That's not your fault. That's just your brain's way of showing you what love looks like. Oh, someone's too loving and attentive and kind to you. That feels weird. Let's find someone who's not going to give you any attention and is going to abandon you at the last minute. Oh, that feels familiar. So are you saying that's what happened to you as a kid? Because that's what you need to think differently about. That doesn't happen to me anymore. People are always there for me. I'm always given all the love I need. Say that. Probably in victim mode, it's all stuff I used to ignore. I don't know if you're saying that's how your marriage was or you're saying that's how your childhood was. Either way, it came from your childhood. I'm grateful for you, Loz. Oh, brownies. I've changed my affirmations. Start with I am safe. That's good. And secure for me to believe I'm enough. That's good, darling. I know I'm enough. I've always been enough, etc. It helped. It will do that, darling. It helped you. Guys, if you can't stop overthinking and bringing negativity, just put some headphones on and listen to Loz manifesting tapes. Helps me a lot. Trust me. Guys, I'll be doing a lot more meditations and sleep tapes soon. I promise. I've got an editor to do it for me, okay, in the next couple of weeks. So I just haven't had the money or the resources to be able to pump out the content that I want to. And hopefully when we've got the course up and the group up and the coaching out, I will have actually more time to make more content for you guys. I just don't have the time because I'm doing everything. I'm like a jack of all trades at the moment with no assistant. I used to look at my non-conformed SP, they're conformed now, like a fake bag. It looks like my SP, but the quality is totally different. Oh, that's great. Fake designer bag. That's excellent. That's a great way to look at it. Yes, I'm getting better at catching my silent thoughts. It's crazy how many go through my brain. It's fucking annoying, isn't it, Alma? But when you do, you're like, oh, okay, I'm catching those. I've distanced myself from so many friends since starting this journey. Guys, I barely have the friends I used to have. It's terrible, but true. I used to be everyone's fucking counselor. I got so sick of it. Best way to address negative thoughts and old story popping up, just to say to yourself, no, that's the old story to affirm positive. Yes, got to think the new story thoughts, think the new story, dwell in the new story, banish those old thoughts as much as you can. Advance happy birthday, Loz. Thank you for all do. We would have all been stuck being in victims and not found you. Oh, thank you, darling. I read that one already. Oh, my thoughts. What did I say? That's you got the exploding head emoji. Body dysmorphia is so scary. Have this gorgeous friend. Men even tell her, but she always says how she feels she is not and adopts logical victim mindset to live. She doesn't expect good things to happen. I even hooked her up with my flatmate that she likes, and he told us he is going back to his ex after we graduate. My friend pretends she wants a friends with benefits because she's tired of getting her hopes up. And if she's friends with benefits, darling, then she doesn't have to really show herself to them or be herself with them or be a real self. And so she finds that more familiar and safer because she doesn't have to reveal too much of herself. And that's why she's got herself in that situation. I used to do that all the time. Lois, thanks so much for all you do. We're manifesting and living in the end. How do you deal with friends who ask you how the relationship situation is? You say, none of your fucking business. Or do we have to talk about this? It upsets me. Or, yeah, it's fine. However you want to reply. Lois, my son and his girlfriend broke up yesterday. Can I live in the end for them to get back together? Yes, darling. Just imagine it was a tiff and a little fight and they get over it. Send them back together. Hi, Loz. I'm also dealing with face and body dysmorphia, but working on changing that right now. What are some basic affirmations that I can't think of many? I am perfect just the way I am. I can look at my body now and love it. I look at my face now and I see how beautiful it is. I am beautiful just the way I am, and everyone loves me just the way I am. I was born perfect. What are we doing laughing emojis about? Gonna sprinkle some moon water on my pineal gland for some money. I think he's a charlatan. Honestly, guys, the only chiropractor who talks about things that aren't chiropractic related that I would listen to is Dr. Eric Berg, okay? It's the only person on the internet who's actually a chiropractor who talks about a whole lot of different shit, who actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. Because of my estranged husband bathroom in the house, I've alone flooding. Everyone is going to find what a hoarder house. I live in my deepest fear. Okay, darling, something's going on with you. I can't understand this story. Now you're living in a hoarder house or something. Darling, you're going to have to tell me what the fuck happened to you as a kid for me to help you. You're in victim mode and you need to get out of it. Manifesting is simple. Don't forget the bay leaves. Yes, and cinnamon. Amanda, hi Loz. I'm new to your channel. Not sure if you answered this before, but what are your thoughts on conventional dating advice or dating coaches? Ba-bow. Teaching you that the problem is the guy. The guy is not the problem. Okay. Oh, don't find a non-committal guy. Don't find a player. If they're a player, they'll always be a player. La 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 fucking la. They're literally reiterating stereotypes about men in your mind and blaming the person for the way they're showing up when all the person is doing when they show up is a deep reflection of you. So if you've got a story that a whole lot of men are players or men only want one thing and you have to do a certain lot of tactics to stop them getting that one thing from you, and you have to go on a certain amount of dates and withhold sex and and not, accept a Friday night date after Wednesday and not text them first and all this shit, they're your beliefs and the guy will show up that way. They're literally perpetuating all the shitty stereotypes of men that women keep finding, and they're not teaching you that it's you that's doing that and the problem's you. It's always been you, and the guys are nothing like what those women are describing. And yet those guys who are apparently players all turn up marrying someone eventually. So how come they didn't turn out the way that dating coach was describing? Oh, I know why, because they found a bitch who didn't listen to dating coaches and stepped into good self-concept, and he deeply reflected her and loved her and married her. It was her he was reflecting, not himself. Right. Love it when you shout. Oh, what's this? How do you stop comparing yourself to old third party, as in, why did she get to live with him and he don't ask me? Or why did he do this with her and not me? Those thoughts keep getting to me when I try to affirm this. Look, I had that a little bit with my old SP when he had an ex-wife, and I used to think, oh, they probably had, this long history together and therefore we won't be the same and he doesn't feel the same about me because of her. And then it showed up that way. Stop thinking that. That's a whole lot of deep core, I'm not good enough, other people are better than me thinking, darling, and it will show up exactly like that, and he won't live with you and he won't commit to you in the same way he did with her, because that's your story. Don't mean to scare you, but you've got to get rid of that. And that's about your self-concept. Where you're getting that story from you feeling not enough. Why does our mind try and control the how sometimes? Because it can't possibly fathom you can do this without the how. Why is there someone spamming the chat in here? Hang on, guys. Where am I? So I ran page 24/7. I also worked on her mind too. Also visualized her still being here at the age of 95. She's 75 now. It was tiring and scary, but God damn it, I did it. I manifested exactly. Oh, wonderful. That's how you got rid of the cancer. Oh, that's wonderful. And what her doctor would say. You imagine what her doctor would say? Like, oh, she's all got the all clear. Wonderful. That's great. Wait, if we can't control the how, what is scripting? Isn't that the controlling the how? Because you script a story that you want sometimes. I don't want you to script the how of the story. I want you to script the end of the story. You're scripting wrong. He comes in with flowers and says, I'm sorry. And no, we're married. You're not going to the end in your scripting then. You're doing the how scripting. You can do the how scripting if you really want, but what if it shows up different? I've manifested 400 today. I was feeling like crazy yesterday. Oh, good, darling. I was manifested today with new SP last week. Went really well and haven't heard back since. Should I revise his messages to me every day or focus on chosen self-concept? Focus on you, darling, but also say that he's constantly contacting you. Yes. And you said her cells know what to do. She is healthy, happy, and whole. Oh, that's wonderful, now and Zen. That's great. That's awesome, now and Zen. So happy for your amazing manifestation. That is amazing. I love the health manifestations. If we barely think about desires, does that affect how fast or slow we get our desires? We're already saturated in mind. No, darling, that's great. That means you've already got it in mind. That's wonderful. I appreciate all of you sharing, Loz. I also appreciate how you help us. I'm my best because of you, what you share. My affirmation self-concept brought me to a wonderful partner. Oh, wonderful, Kate. Would it be possible to manifest someone who doesn't know you? Yes. But personally got your eye on them? Yes. Seeing them on social media regardless of sexual orientation? Yes, guys, I've done that. Not the sexual orientation one, but they didn't know me. Thank you, Alma. It was stressful, persevered. Yes, that's wonderful. Midnight to 6 a.m. is so productive when you wake up at that time. Maybe I should do that from now on. Anything is possible, yes. Also, if I just affirm for my self-concept, will SP still reflect that? Yes. They're already reflecting anyway. If I'm not affirming for him anymore, yes. Or no, because the story of him will get rid of the shitty story, or will be a mix. Have you still got a shitty story about him? That's your concept of him. We'll get rid of that too. So that one. Happy birthday. Yeah, thank you. Oh, yes, I mean, affirming my girlfriends love me. I'm everyone's favorite person, etc. Now just trying to decide if I actually still want SP. Yeah, it can happen, guys. Oh, and Loz, after affirming forever that I'm chosen, my mum finally chose me and treats me equally as my sister. She's done a total 180. Oh, like your sister. Oh, wonderful. Literally say in your mind, he constantly texts me, he's totally obsessed with me. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful, darling. Wait, and one more. Manifested my own hospital bill was paid and they gave me a charity credit out of nowhere. Oh, wonderful. Amazing. You're getting so good at this. Hi, Liz, how do I figure out what my self-concept is? My husband left me and has a third party. Can you help me? It's just I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough, other girls' competition, or you'll leave me. So did you get abandoned as a kid or do you feel not good enough? One of the two. Which is it? Eventually you'll leave, you're never going to stay, or other girls are better than me, you're not attracted to me anymore, you're not sexually attracted to me anymore, our family's falling apart, our relationship's falling apart, you're going to leave me, and then I leave because you're not enough for them to stay. So the complete opposite of all that shit I just said. Guys, you can watch this back. How to manifest text from someone. I miss talking to them, but we're not allowed to talk. I'm not blocked or anything, but he hasn't responded to my text. Well, stop saying you miss them. You're in the state of missing, not in the state of having. Imagine having conversations in your mind, darling. What happened? Just literally say yes. Fake designer bag. Yes, that's genius. Yes, I would actually want more money instead of working more hours at work. Thank you. Okay, do that, please. Hello, Loz. How are you? What are you banishing now? What am I banishing? Good job. What's this? What will your affirmations manifest money out loud? Yes, that's excellent. Plus, as far as the new career job kept saying, I love my career. Everyone's jealous of my career. I make so much money. My debts are paid. Wonderful now and then. That's great. Yes, Dr. Berg. And turned my mum on to him too. I love Dr. Berg. Well, I found out he's a Scientologist. That kind of put me off him. I was like, really? I was like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Still love Dr. Berg. I know that sometimes when working on our self-concept, we don't want our SPs anymore, but does that go for friendships too? I don't feel like being friends with this one girl. Yeah, can happen, guys. It really can. Absolutely. It's happened to me. I'm glad you enjoyed that one, Lois. It really helped change my mindset. I wouldn't react to 3D. Yes, you got love that. Ways until he has time for me, I deserve the bare minimum. How do I affirm he comes back correct? What's this? Where's the rest of that? Well, affirm he comes back correct, darling, but stop blaming him for your fucking problems. He's not turning up correct because your mind isn't correct. Your thinking isn't correct. It's not his fault. Adriana? I deserve the bare minimum. Well, do you believe that? Really? I don't think you do. That's why he's not giving you shit. You got to fix your self-concept. You're fixing your self-concept, you sound like you're focusing on him. We don't do that here. I'm sick of the anti-man slander on TikTok. They're reflecting our self-concept. Oh, guys, when people, my old friends in England used to sit around and all complain about men, and I used to think, well, I don't have those problems with men. What the fuck is with you girls? You sit around bashing men and talking about men are this way, and my bosses are this way, and guys are this way, and I used to think, well, no wonder they're turning up that way. I manifest and visualize so hard while my SP was on holidays from work. He came back today and has been with third party, and I was distant, not himself today. I feel so devastated. Guys, this isn't magic, okay? They'll change eventually. Stop being thrown by what's shown up. My mum walked out of my life when I was a kid, and I've lost many friends in my life. I only have one friend now. Would affirming everyone stays in my life, I'm too important to lose help? Yes, absolutely, Brianna. Absolutely. See yourself surrounded by people. See people being there for you. See all those friendships restored. So I was, oh my God, my self-concept is fucking amazing. That SP I walked away from keeps calling and texting. He was being very negative and judgmental about women's bodies, and I had no issue in telling him what I thought. Nat, that's wonderful. All right. Think about how different you are from how you were last year, Nat, when we had 2 calls. Amazing. My SP ex-wife is pretending to be sick so he can go and stay in her house and look after their kids. Well, Mariam, apparently she's the problem here. She's not the fucking problem. If you've got baby mama problems, guys, it's about you feeling not good enough and feeling like a competition. It's nothing to do with the bitch. She could walk around naked with her undies on her head, but if you decide he loves you and you're enough, he'll love you and be enough, and he won't be going to stay in her house. That's you're doing that. Is it common that when you change your self-concept, the friends you have had for so many years don't feel like friends anymore? Unfortunately, guys, it's a real side effect of people in this group, unfortunately. And you don't want to affirm that you lose your friends, but it can happen. Was how to manifest Dakra Montgomery. Who the fuck's that? He's not my SP and he has a girlfriend, but he's so delicious. I have no idea who that is. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Well, just imagine yourself with them, darling. Doesn't matter if they're famous, if that's a famous person. I come to you, Sammy and Kimberly. Oh, good. When I need a kick in the ass, that tough love helps me more than you are. Good, darling, good. Is thinking there's better and prettier girls out here who are funny and stuff, constantly comparing myself to them, thinking I'm nothing like them, come across as not good enough. Yes, Brianna, yes. Stop that. Think all the opposite of what you just said. Can I affirm my SP as a virgin? I have no history because I've always wanted the one. That we're moving really fast ahead, but somehow I want equal. Then think that, darling. Absolutely. It's both. What's this? Guys, I'm going to go soon because I've got so much shit to do. How was your raging helping people you grew up with having experienced that? How is it supposed to help people with BPD? What's this? Even before there was a label, those experiences are still happening. What are you talking about? Is that a question to me? Are you talking about how is your raging helping? I don't understand the question, darling. Are you upset with me because I yell? You're getting triggered by my yelling, are you? Because you've got borderline personality disorder. So you think that's my fault. Nothing to do with me. So if everyone's you pushed out and you're triggered by my content of me yelling, that's because when you had a household like that as a child, that's triggering you. So I'm triggering you. So I've got nothing to do with it, do I? It's you doing that, thinking that people yell at you and trigger you and are mean to you and hurtful to you, and you're experiencing a world where you're a victim of other people. So why are you blaming me for your problems? I don't care what doctor diagnosed you with what shit. You know how many households people come from in here? What, you're special, are you, darling, because you've got BPD? Oh, I'm the most special person here, and Loz shouldn't yell at me because I have BPD and I came from a yelling, screaming household and I can't handle it. Well, fuck, don't watch me then, darling. I'm not for the people who get triggered by yelling. Okay? Go to some spiritual woo-woo bitch with some salt lamps and crystals who doesn't fucking yell. If you don't like the yelling, I'm not for you. But maybe you actually need the yelling to realize it's not the people yelling that's the problem. It's your thoughts about the people yelling that are the problem. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, you're not getting this at all, and you're blaming other people in your reality for your problem. And you have not done one single solitary thing I say, which is changing your thinking about yourself so you're no longer triggered by those things in the 3D, like me yelling. Fuck me, if you actually watch my videos or you're just in victim mode. I've got this disorder. Do you really? Well, I used to have OCD tendencies and chronic fucking depression where I couldn't get out of bed and be suicidal and severe anxiety, and I got fucking over it. But apparently you can't because you're a victim of your circumstances and your depression and your BPD, whatever the fuck it is. Don't watch me then, darling, if you want to stay a victim for the rest of your fucking life. Oh, God, victim mode. Here's another comment. I'm not even commenting anymore because you don't want to learn. You just want to be a victim. Stay there then, darling, and keep going to your shrink, and you'll sit there every week and they'll be like, oh, because this happened to you, you're going to be like this for the rest of your life, and here's your meds, and you'll be like, boo-hoo, poor me, and listen to more of my fucking sob story for the rest of my life, and they'll be like, oh, poor you, give me your fucking $200. Nothing will change for you, and you'll just be triggered by everyone in your 3D, and you'll just be in victim mode for the rest of your fucking life, darling. So good luck with that. Go and find someone else to listen to because you don't want to learn. You don't want to change. You want to stay the same. This account isn't for people who want to stay the fucking same. If you want to stay the same and be a whingy, whitey victim, boo-hoo. You know how much shit happened to me in my childhood, darling? Fucking compare and contrast, and I'll probably give your childhood a fucking run for its money. Don't come in here with your victim shit. You're not special. You know how many people in here have had shittier childhoods than you? But apparently you're the worst one in here. Bad shit happened. I have a disorder. Are you telling me that that's my fault? No, it's not your fault, darling, but what you're thinking about it constantly is making it turn up still that way. Go and read some fucking Neville if you're lost. And stop watching me if you don't like the yelling, because guess what? I ain't changing myself for no one, especially triggered bitches. The yelling, don't fucking watch me. Do I come around your fucking job and tell you how to do your work? Jesus Christ. Dacre Montgomery is Billy in Stranger Things. Oh, really? And he's Australian? Oh. I missed part of your question, Adriana. Oh, no. Hang on, where was it? What do you suggest about bills being paid? I spend more time than usual with back to school for the kids and now late on a few bill and mortgage. Do you have any suggestions? Whitney, stop saying that you're late. Stop saying you got debt. Stop saying you need the money. Stop saying you need the bills paid. Start being in a state of I have enough money, please. Where am I? Is it true that negative or positive everything is a bridge of incidents? Yes, guys, sometimes the bridge of incidents turn up. It looks like such a shit show and it'll actually lead you to where you want to be. Yes, so different, completely dropped the story of my ex and hold no anger towards him at all. Yes, now I know. Okay, it's not magic and I need to stop focusing on the damn 3D, Loz. Thank you. You're wrong. Oh, wonderful. was saying he and I are on and off. He never makes time for me. I said, let's go our separate ways until he's ready to make time for me. Adriana, sorry, stop blaming him for your problems. It's not his fault that he's turning up that way. It's your thinking about, I don't get the love and attention I need from people, and people always leave me thinking that's causing him to not turn up for you. Why are you blaming him for your problems and then going on a break? You aren't listening to me. I deserve the bare minimum. How do I change this? Will you stop fucking blaming him for your fucking problems and start watching my videos, please? And you get my self-concept course when it's out, because you're lost as hell. Why are you blaming him for your problems? What happened to you in childhood where people weren't there for you or abandoned you? That's the problem. Telling them, I expect the bare minimum. We're going on a break until you turn up. Fuck, they'll be like, fuck, you triggered bitch. What the fuck are you on about? I'm giving you what you're reflecting to me, which is I don't deserve love and attention. People always abandon me. You're going to reject me because I'm not enough. That's all I'm doing. I don't know I'm doing it, but I can't do anything else. That's all I'm getting from you. Fuck me, guys. Please go and watch my Manifest a Specific Person playlist if you're lost. Please get the self-concept course when it's out. Yes, I used to have OCD. Intrusive thoughts were so scary to the point I didn't leave the house and just stopped saying I had OCD, and now I have full control of my thoughts. I'm so happy. Guys, I was in therapy with people who had such severe OCD, they couldn't even touch doorknobs and shit. And they were fine by the end of our therapy. You don't want to stay in your victim mode. I went to a therapy where we totally revised our childhoods and changed things, so we didn't stay there. Most therapists want you to stay there, and they diagnose you with something like BPD, and they keep you in it. I went to different therapy where they don't keep you in it. They stop referring to you as having this and that eventually. Well, they kind of still did, but you don't want to stay there, guys, in your diagnosis. That'll fuck you in the ass every time. Trust me, I know. Okay? That person's disappeared. They obviously can't stand the yelling. Too bad. Where am I? Okay, guys, what are we going to call this? Victim. Being a victim. What else can we call this? Just like Missy Elliott with my thoughts, I flip it and reverse it. Ah, yes, flip it and reverse it. Dang, flip it and reverse it. Yes, love it. Yes, Lois, I just want free money and not to work too much. Okay, good. Have your affirmations link, but it came out with all the words mushed together. Is there any way I can download it? Oh, no, really? Just go to the download, the Dropbox. It shouldn't have done that, darling. There's something wrong with your computer or something. Everyone's got it normal. Or message me in Messenger, darling, say ebook mistake or ebook error as the title, and I'll send you it again and tell me your email. I realize that Gator is just manifesting. That explains why I could never figure it out. Exactly. All right, guys. Diagnosis. Maybe call it diagnosis and being a victim, or changing diagnosis, or changing your health manifestation. I'll call it something. Anyway, guys, I've really got to go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Thank you for the super chats. I'll be live this week, hopefully, to launch the website, which will have the self-concept course to kick ass you. It'll have the one-to-one coaching, which will then be shown in the private Facebook group, Subconscious Loz Squad. None of it's live at the moment. Make sure you put your email in the alert. Can you see the email up the top here? So you get alerted when it comes, when it's live. It'll probably be this Friday or Saturday, most likely Saturday, which will be Friday US time. Okay. And make sure you put the alert on TikTok and in the Facebook group and in that email alert to know when it's launched. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.